Hey, what up, peeps? I'm Captain Paladin here, the Super Paladin Bros, and welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Bros. 3. This is Super Mario Advance 4 for the GBA. So in the last episode, we completed about nearly half of World 6, but we still got a whole another world, or half a world to go, so let's go ahead and continue on World 6 in this episode. So we got a lot to do, and I'm going to remind you this is post-commentary. We got a lot of things to talk about in this episode, so right now let's just go ahead and not waste any more time as it is, if you know what I'm saying. Watch me suck at this, I mean really. This is actually my first time doing an episode in quite a while. I really apologize for the lack of episodes lately, but it's sort of like, I just come off of a 4-day work week. Also, I have been, working on and off for I would say ever since I graduated. And yes, I've graduated from college now. And I just recently got my honors list from the dean's list, so I got another 4.0 in GPA. And Luigi, you suck, man. You suck. I mean, really. Oh, whatever. Alright, Mario, it's your turn, I guess. But yeah, I graduated with a 4.0 GPA. Well, at least the last term, but that's my third this term. I also got, virtually for the 10 semesters I went to college for, which is about over the span of 3 years. All 10 semesters greater than a 3.0. 5 of them are greater than 3.5. And I got a hat trick, or 3 semesters with a 3.0, or 4.0, rather. So, yeah, I'm rather proud of my accomplishments. I just wish I hadn't took so much time for my channel, but, I started it in 2014. That's probably when my, Let's Plays kind of went downhill a little bit, but I really apologize for that, though. But when you get older, responsibilities kind of take over, if you know what I'm saying.
What I needed.
And I believe today is this Tuesday, May 30th, and my bro has went back to summer college right now, so he's back in college now. So it's kind of like, okay, he's but he had like financial aid left in the left for his term, so he went ahead and just took it. But nothing new here. This is the White Mushroom House attempt, so you essentially had to get all the coins. I mean, no doubt, just to get this get the White Mushroom House, which is another anchor. And this particular version, you had to, you can't use it, just get rid of it like you would in probably the Super Nintendo or the NES version. You actually have to have an airship out and about in order for you to use the anchor, so you would have to at least die one time. Now, I don't know why they make you do that, but it's just how it is, I guess. My kitty's here, meow! Yeah. Boots is here. I'm surrounded by cats. I'm kind of like the doors open, windows open right now. So I'm actually have the ability to actually do some recording at this point. So, which is I'm kind of grateful for almost. So I guess I don't know. There's not really much to talk about, really. I mean, I've just gotten off of Memorial Weekend, and more or less, I have been really, really exhausted. I mean, I haven't had a lot of time to play any games or anything like that. If not, I'll just watch. I mean, it's what I usually do. When I get home from work, I'd probably put on Netflix or Hulu or something like that, or am I visiting Carla at her house? And I mean, and then But lately, I've been having a real bad streak lately. It's just not even funny. Well, let's just say, ever since my birthday was the 18th, and I'm not gonna say I don't believe in a string of bad luck, but I always seem to get bad luck a lot. I mean, first of all, it was when Carla and I visited Minnesota. We went to Minnesota together to visit Minneapolis and stuff, and we had that happen, and we're on our way back from Minneapolis, and we stayed at a Super 8, I should say, in Bloomington. We ran into a little traffic jam around in Madison when we got back to Madison, and suddenly I had to stop. I mean, I don't know, it's just, it kind of freaked me out. Normally stuff like that doesn't happen to me very often, where I have to, stop at all, but I actually had to stop suddenly, and then it was sort of like, had me on the fritz a little bit, and then sort of was upset because Carla was in the car, and I'm like, Carla in a car, she's guilty. Well, I don't know what in the world. I mean, really, Carla. But anyway, so we had that. Ow, my ears. But anyway, it's sort of like that happened. I was a bit upset, and then I do have a tendency to assume things, which is true, but let me just put it to you this way. Sometimes when I have people lie to me a lot growing up. I mean, that's what bullies do. They lie to you quite a bit. I mean, it's kind of like, well, since if you ever are a big fan of the Golden Girls, sometimes, Blanche, Dorothy, and Sophia would make fun of Rose quite a bit. I was the Rose of the group, more or less. They would tell me something. I wouldn't necessarily say something stupid. It's just they would actually. Sometimes they would tell me something that isn't necessarily true, or sometimes I believe things that are not necessarily true, but that's what bullies did in my early lifetime. But back anyway, I thought Carla was upset, and she and she seemed very upset with me, I thought, but I was kind of like, we've had a few words to say, since then, but it's been about 12 days now, but after that, I mean, I guess we're okay, but it's just, I thought I made her upset, and it's like, well, she did kind of yell at me, but she told me she ended up having a headache, but, whatever the case is, I don't know. So, that happened. The next day, I had a job interview to go to. I was traveling. It was in Lake Mills, which is towards Milwaukee from Madison, so I-94, and two things kind of happened there, and so to speak, that excuse me. Okay, excuse me. I was actually very tired for some reason. Lately, when it comes to me and driving lately, I'm very sleepy. I don't know why or how. It's just one time I drifted off onto the road and upset about that. I mean, I get lots of sleep and all that. And so one time I drifted out into the road. You know, I woke up and all of a sudden, you know, try to catch myself, wake up, and then and then it was closer to Lake Mills where I nearly got in an accident again. So I don't know. I was very upset at myself then. I was sort of really. And then later in the week, Dad went into the hospital. And usually when Dad goes to the hospital, I'm usually spending a lot of nights there in the, overnights in the ER with waiting to see what was going on. But he ended up spending a couple days there. And then afterwards, you know, later in the week, I had all the way up to Memorial Day, which was, you know, recently. I think at least 2 weeks had lived by since my birthday, but it's just like I've been having trouble focusing, been having trouble sleeping. I work 9-hour shifts, so that doesn't help at all. I mean, even if it's 3 or 4 days a week, I'm still tired. And I had to pull a 4-day week. I worked like 36 hours in 4 days, so. Just recently. So, it's been kind of, you know. It's been kind of like, been busy. Been trying to keep my moral sanity a little bit, but it's not been very easy when you got family going to the hospital and you don't know what's going on and stuff. The doctors don't know what's going on, and Mom and Dad, everything. It's just been very complicated, let's just put it to you that way. And I feel when I go through these life events, so to speak, I understand things make you stronger, and people talk about God's plan and all that, but I'm gonna tell you, this is just ridiculous. How I view it is just plain silly. I know it's probably should think like that, given its life and death and stuff like that, but let's just say my overall faith in things has been really low. I'm just picking up coins there. But what do? You know? You gotta get up every day and to be quite honest, there are some days I don't want to ever get out of bed. So, it's sort of like, at this point, some days I just care less about what happened. But I'm still getting up out of bed, and I don't know why sometimes. I just feel like some of my relationships have suffered because of it. Because, yeah, I don't, when I'm physically tired, I don't think clearly a lot of the time. And sometimes, going back to what I said earlier, I have a tendency to assume things, and Carla's been calling me out for it every now and then. So it's sort of like, I don't know. I'm hoping it's nothing permanent, but then again, people have told me a lot of lies when I was a kid. I mean, really. People had never. I think that's what bullies do. They always tell you dishonest things, and it just kind of stays with you for a while. And later in life, you're just finding out that it's actually not true. There's some things that are just not true. And it's always been an issue. You know, your confidence is just not. Here, I'm a very smart person and know better, but there's some part of me who's just probably just don't get it still or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not understanding. I don't know. It's been a very difficult week. ever since I I had my birthday. It's just this whole month has been one thing after another. Let's put it to you that way. Yeah, this is where you need a hammer suit, and I kind of wished I brought it, but I didn't think about it. And that question block there was not there in any Super Nintendo version. They're very nice to you in a GBA. But yeah, but at least you get to know, met a couple of Carla's friends. I guess that's the best thing about what happened on my birthday and such. Yeah, I definitely would like to go to Minnesota again. I'm thinking about it's definitely a place I would want to, maybe possibly live someday, but I don't know. Maybe someday. Who knows? There's a lot to do there. Oh, yeah. You just gotta be careful there. I think that was a glitch there for that second one. Watch out! But other than that, it's been okay. It's just a lot of ups and downs. It's just so... It drives me crazy. Some things just drive me crazy. But we're almost at the end. We've still got an airship to do. Lemmy Koopa. I mean, really. But then again, I don't know what Carla's friends would say about me doing something like this. This is something I do in my spare time. I mean, it's something I did whenever I am, going through my unemployment phase. I mean, it's... Whoa, what was going on with that, man? Should I save, should I not save Earth creatures? I don't know. With the Earth said it kaboom. That's what Carla, the Earth said it kaboom. That's how I think of Carla. Yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I think of Carla. Definitely an interesting Earth creature. What was I doing here? Jeez. With an Earth, the personality of an Earth said it kaboom. My friend Mara, who lives in Georgia, I'm Mara92LP, you might have heard of her from my other videos. She gave me a necklace. Look at, like, one of those dog tags, Marines wear. She gave me one of those with Marvin the Martian. It was like, it's probably one of the best birthday presents I ever gotten. It was, I gotta find that again. I need to get a larger chain because the chain she gave me, it barely, I got a big head, so it's kind of like, I got a big head, so the chain she gave me was just did not fit me right. So I gotta wear it sometime. Actually, I gotta find it and post it on Facebook or something like that. Whatever. Jump. Yeah, this airship is a little bit complicated, but I just a little bit of a preview. I actually did World 7 airship without the P-Wing, so something to look forward to because I decides not to cheat at that one, but that's in 2 episodes, so because we really don't got much more of this LP left. Now there will be more Mario 3 videos later on, but it's kind of like now I'm just posting what I can right now. So, but here we are. Nothing here. Go figure. Lemmy is not as generous as his earlier brothers, sisters, or whatever. Because there was a female boss, a female Koopaling. Jump, jump, jump around. Yeah. It's not like that in this game. They have female bosses. Like that was at Mortal Kombat or something. Like it was one of the villains was female, who virtually had no clothes on or something like that. I don't know. I think in the movie she had no clothes on or something like that. I don't know. That's not gonna comment on that one. To be quite honest, I've only seen some like trailers or something like that of Mortal Kombat. You know, the real movie. So I mean, I really don't know. But whatever the case is, that's the end of World 6, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this was basically at the end of the third goal of the first world. They really never say this because in the end, in the Super Nintendo version, they said the end of the third world. So they don't. I think it was kind of cryptic. It wasn't really, because this message was different than the other ones. End of World 6's in previous worlds, so I don't know. But whatever the case is, guys, thank you guys for watching. In the next video, we're going to continue on with normal commentary and World 7 as we wrap up the GBA version of Super Mario Bros. 3. So, World 6, perfect clear. Woohoo! Perfect. And perfection. And this is my favorite world of all time, ladies and gentlemen. So, looking forward to that. I've been Captain Paladin here with the Super Paladin Bros. Leave a like, also subscribe. Check out the playlist section at superpaladinbros.com. And find me on Facebook at Super Paladin Bros. Or Captain Paladin LP. I might just go change to Super Paladin Bros. But see you guys later.